Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RV Tabletop, live here on the Monastery. That's amazing, I haven't screwed that up yet.
I know, right?
Shades, knock on wood right now.
Yep.
There we go.
There you go.
Anyway, I am the MC behind the scenes. I'm the Shades. Of course, you hear there our DM, Mildred the Monk, and the rest of our players here. Good brothers Aaron, good brother Ash, good brother Jay, good brother Matty, good sister Lady K. How are y'all doing tonight, folks?
Where the hell is it?
Not bad.
Damn.
Click on
Okay,
your
was that Ash or was that Aaron?
That was me, Aaron.
That was funny as fuck.
Which was?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think let's give it a shot here. God damn it. How do you do that shit?
Click it.
I don't understand any of
Click what?
Click open your character sheet
So
on roll 20.
Hold on, let me see
Nice.
this.
Anywho, for those of you wondering what the fuck I'm going on about, Aaron here is having issues with his character sheet.
Okay,
Asked
found
where
it.
the fuck it was right before we went live and after Shades called for silence. And I about shot coffee out my damn nose because of that.
Well, the fact that you didn't just means you're a coward because you gave up on it.
Oh.
Go to hell. Do you know how much my sinuses are burning right now, you asshole?
And to answer questions, Slugger Boys, we are getting ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons with our Zeitgeist campaign. So just enjoy the fun.
Yeah.
Yep. So, see, as they've all figured out, I spent the weekend banging my head against the damn wall trying to figure out API, and Sluggo, we are using 4th edition for reasons that I have made clear many times over the years, including on like 3 different videos on my
Do it again, because I'm not
channel.
entirely sure.
Are you legit? Not sure? Or
No,
you just
no,
fucking-
you go. No, I'm
He's
not.
trolling.
Just making sure. But that being said, now the last time we met up 2 weeks ago. Sorry that it took 2 weeks, but it is what it is. I could have made the Total Recall joke, but I won't. But Maddie is probably thinking it. And Aaron is having way too much fun with testing all the powers. But
keep hitting the buttons, man.
Punch the keys, for God's sake!
So I don't. So now I don't have to roll anymore. All you have to do is press this button. There you go. Good.
yeah. Now much like Jericho, I expect a thank you.
Actually, yes, thank you a lot.
Thank
You get one thank you,
I
which is this one.
appreciate
Thank you.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
And there's my
Actually,
one.
honey, did you ever tell my dad about? Did you ever tell them about what my dad did?
Yeah, I told him he did the line.
But all that being said, last we left off, you guys had managed to inadvertently save Reeser from a second Eurosol, from not a second, a 5th Eurosol war, which even though in the process you had to give up Axis Island to the enemy. It's been about 2 months since that happened, and you've settled into your current position as members of the RHC in Flint. which you're only there briefly when that whole thing happened. But because of how well you did, it was decided that you would take up residence in that branch of the RHC. As you see, it was only about 40 years ago that the city of Flint was just some second-tier port, mostly a haven for fishermen and loggers. Although it is that time of year because
Loggers.
it's beginning to look a lot like fishmen.
Fishmen. Everywhere you go.
Anyway, still struggling to overcome the stigma of having once been the domain of a coven of witches, Flint was prosperous but played little role in Rusuri affairs. Then the Third Eurosol War ended, and the new king declared Flint would be his nation's seat of industry. Mines in the Anthras Mountains poured iron and coal downriver to Flint's harbor. Old forests within the city limits were clear-cut, and factories erected in their place to build guns, refine alchemicals, and forge steel rails and train cars.
So basically Pittsburgh in the 70s.
Thousands of immigrants and gold-seeking villagers crowded into shabby flop houses and tenements around the factories. And when those filled, they built new slums on the sides of the city's steep hills. Smoke and soot poured forth from the factory roofs, and criminal elements took root beneath these gloomy clouds, growing strong and feeding on the desperation of a new population of workers, prostitutes, and orphans. In places, Flint's historical beauty still endures. The Governor's Island Mansion Fortress, high atop haunted Cauldron Hill, deep in the breeze-swaying branches of the Cloudwood, and on the bayou plantations west of Pine Island. And in the confluence of people from so many stations inspired great art and technological innovation. But cracks between competing groups are straining the peace, and all it would take are a few disasters to drive the city apart. It is the first day of summer at 11 a.m., and you all are in the main office of the Rusuri Homeland Constabulary, going over leads in investigation of a terrorist known as Gale.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Is that GAI or GALE?
GALE, like a breeze.
Okay, just double checking. There are several different spellings for Gale.
I was thinking G.
Yeah, well, it could be something weird and ridiculous, like putting the A and D together before the.
Do I look like a Tumblr user to you?
You're asking for trouble. You realize that, Monk?
I asked for trouble at least 3 times.
She didn't get it. She completely missed it. This is upsetting.
Wait, what?
No, it's it could be something completely ridiculous, like putting the E right after the A and then having the appropriate.
Oh, you fucker!
Oh, I guess you just didn't hear me the first time.
Go to hell.
It could be GAEL. You don't know.
Go to hell.
It's like Gaelic.
Hey, buddy. That voice means if you keep going, you're going to get a book upset your head.
And Slugga is not helping.
I'm looking over my shoulder all the time.
It won't help
you.
you.
Guys keep saying all this, and like the only thing that I'm thinking of is that Fishman song. I'm thinking of a very Lovecraftian Christmas.
I still have both of those albums.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. Look it up.
Nice.
But again, it is the first day of summer. It is 11 a.m. You all are probably at your desks surrounded by paperwork because of this whole arsonist situation.
Me, I'm just scrounging around my face like, God, where the hell is that? I put that record.
And I'm just holding like 2 sets of papers in either hand. I'm like, I really wish.
I'm just running around searching for that damn record. Anyone? I'm like asking, hey, anyone seen my record? Farisa's greatest hits.
Oh.
No, not that one.
Didn't I use that for target practice the other week?
You better not. That's my great. I love that record. Farisa's voice is so angelic.
Don't worry. If she's a good shot, then it'll go right through the middle, and it's a hole in the middle.
Well, whatever. I gotta go back and look for that record.
No, actually, I think I might have missed that shot, Max.
God, where did I put that record?
She just answered your question.
And right in the middle of this, thankfully, before things can escalate, you immediately hear a familiar high-pitched whistle, which means Stolver Delft is in the room. For those who forgot what he looks like, this guy, i.e., your boss.
Chief Inspector in the room.
Assistant.
That's still more chief than you, Constable.
But not as cheap as cheap.
And then you two wonder why you get in trouble and I just sit here not getting in trouble. Sir?
Well, sir, somebody has a few more bags under their eyes than usual.
Sir,
Not
before we start
that.
Oh, anyway, sir, before we start the briefing, have you seen my Farisa record anywhere? There, I can't even find it in the office.
No, I have not. This is the 3rd time you've asked me that. And if you ask me 3 more times, you will get the same response 3 more times.
Just checking, sir.
I mean, Chief Inspector Delft, you could always mix it up for variety.
No, because that would involve lying, and that would be a breach of protocol.
About a record?
My record.
What do you need?
Anyway.
Hang on a second.
Someone's about to smack me.
All right. If you would, Shades, please play Emperor Area.
Give me a minute to set all that up. I wanted to know I forgot something tonight.
Hold on, I'm about to have to go into a one-on-one. Don't die now.
I'll be alright, don't worry.
See, Emperor Area. Come on, there we go. And turn that down. And there.
All right, thank you very much for that. So, after a bit, after he can be assured that he sees everybody up front, he goes, "Time for some field work, constables. We just received a delightful report about the perfect lead for you. Young woman, identity unknown, jumps out of the 4th floor window at the Denorn consulate, impales herself on the spires of the compound fence, and perishes. Technically, half of her is in our jurisdiction, which is good for you because the fence she landed on was 40 feet from the window. Seems our young victim thought she could fly."
Let me guess. She couldn't.
No, well, she could. She wouldn't be impaled on a fence.
Dude, it's my job to ask some questions.
Is there anything that might have induced the mania?
Well, but the one thing I do know for sure is between.
I mean, someone must have done something to be launched that far and to be impaled on a fence. That's either you want to be impaled or. Sir, do you suspect any foul play?
Well, unless the trading market turned bad, I do.
I was talking to the chief over there.
Assistant.
Well, that's what. That is why you guys are going to be heading to the Denoran consulate. I hate to put you on another major case involving Danor, but you all seem to have an affinity for that nation.
Oh, good. I can find between looking for my damn record and finding this Gale bastard. I needed a break.
Well, fortunately, it's not too much of a walk from the consulate, mostly because of the fact that both of them are in the same district of Central, right around here.
Okay.
Now, as I mentioned before, it is early summer, so it's warm and muggy in the area, and there's a bit of a breeze bringing in some cloak over the normally clear-skied North Shore district. As you reach the consulate, you can see a large crowd and the local police trying very, very hard, relatively, to keep onlookers out, because unfortunately, having a body impaled on a fence is gonna draw a crowd.
Dennis, work your magic.
Move would be to get it off of.
Usual freaking rubberneckers.
Not quite sure that's what that.
Dennis, can you work your magic, please?
You want me to freeze them or scare them?
Just scare them off.
They'll be scared when they're frozen.
I definitely heard both.
That monk sounds like an intimidation roll.
Yep. Just click on intimidate.
Nice.
Damn.
I'm sure I did.
That's nice.
Ah, there we go. And hello.
That's a nice roll.
That's a roll. That's a roll.
After everyone in the area hears a blood-curdling roar, that's a telltale sign to, get the hell out.
Now I'll break it up before I break your balls off.
That's your intimidating cry.
That's
what I say after the intimidating cry.
That's a little
Funny thing is, they seem to disperse, but not because you scared them, but because they don't want to upset a veteran. Because remember, Dennis is technically a war vet.
Much better than your standard household vet.
But as you make your way further, you see a black coroner's carriage waiting outside the consulate gate. The back door is open, and its driver sits on the slab where a dead body should go, looking bored.
We're looking for a corpse. I don't suppose you're right. Awfully moody for a corpse.
No, I'm not the corpse. I'm out. You're from the constabulary?
Yep.
Alfred Bellister is my name. this whole body mess is my jurisdiction, as it were.
You are,
We responded to some panicked witnesses, and by the time the first of our men got here, the Denorans had taken the victim off the fence and carried her inside. But everyone pretty much had the same story. They heard gunfire, saw the woman jump out the window, and she landed on the fence. One scoundrel apparently stole stuff off her body and ran away while she was bleeding out. The Denorans won't let us inside, but I yelled at them that you'd be showing up, and they said they wouldn't get rid of the body. The guy you want to talk to is the security chief, Giuliano Lebris. You can handle the investigation from here without my men, right? We've got better things to do than sit around and wait for another hour while these special constables drink up the hospitality of the Denorans.
Hospitality is my game.
Well, go back and patrol. Hell, take an early lunch. Might need a break from
Take
this
2
mess.
lunches while you're at it. Bring me one.
He grumbles and walks off. You get the sense he doesn't like you.
That's fine. No one does.
Fair enough.
You should have asked him for some donuts. That would have been really nice.
Well, you could have asked.
Yes, but I was
I mean,
feeling
you're-
shy.
Well, let's go take a look at the stiff.
All right.
Sabriel cracks her knuckles. Let's be prepared, boys, because we're probably going to hit a brick wall on this.
Yeah, I hit one point here.
How ornery do you think these people are going to be about this sort of thing?
Pretty fucking ornery.
Uh-huh.
Someone just got killed in their consulate. Well, technically not inside their consulate, but still.
Yeah, there was an attempt on their life within the consulate, and in the process of exiting the consulate,
I hate.
the attempt was inadvertently succeeded. Successful.
Should we get the body off the impalement stick?
Technically, they already removed it.
It's
Yeah.
inside the consulate.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
see if it was still on the impalement stick, that would
Actually,
make
I've got the perfect argument for this.
Yes.
Just hold up. Let's get inside.
Oh god. Another international incident we gotta prevent.
Actually, they've already started an international incident.
Are you suggesting going to war?
Not necessarily,
All right,
but
well, Dennis, you know what to do.
That's right. It's time to go to
Freeze and
war.
all right. What do I do?
All right, what I want you to do is I want you to freeze this door to death.
That will not be necessary. As a balding man dressed in black appears, saying, "What a mess! I took a diplomatic post to avoid blood and death. It has our people shaken up. None of them ever saw war. So I hope you can take the woman's body and go quickly. Better for everyone. I think if the counselor doesn't have to be bothered. He has more important things on his mind than a burglary. We have treaty negotiations, trade contracts, and if you don't want powerful men thinking about death when they're deciding our fates, you know." The victim went by the name Nielsa Hume. She's been in a few times these past few months. Seemed nice enough. She brought us breakfast this morning. One of our security personnel, Braden, was dating her. She used him to case the building. Must have overheard someone talking about upstairs. I noticed she slipped out while everyone else was eating the food she'd brought. A hunch led me upstairs. I found her slipping gold forks and spoons into her pockets. She then pulls... The man pulls out a small padded bag, then pulls from that a tiny ceramic egg decorated with gems and gold like a Fabergé egg.
Ooh.
She also had this. It's worth thousands, and we had it sitting out on display. I saw her, drew my pistol. She ran. I realized she was about to jump out the window. I thought she was trying to kill herself, so I fired and hit her in the leg. Then she jumped, flew straight through the glass. Now I'm thinking she's about to escape, so I reload and shoot her in the back. That's when she fell. That all happened within the consulate grounds. I'm within my rights to have taken these actions, though I wish I hadn't had to.
Now, quick question. The fence is 40 feet away from the building, yes?
Yes.
If you shot her in the leg, that's
How was she impaled on the fence if you shot her in the leg and in the back?
How do you detect bullshit?
She does a very good standing long jump with one leg.
Mm-hmm.
How do you detect bullshit? Which skill?
That would be.
That sounds like perception, actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait, who's got the best perception?
Well, at this point, I want to look at the body, but that's just out of character. I want to look at the body to see if there are bullet marks.
I mean, well, yeah, that'd probably be the first place to look.
Well, fortunately, Ali, you can tell the only thing you can tell at this moment is that he's not lying. But
either that or he's very good at lying.
The plot thickens.
But
she tried to teleport and only got so far and then died halfway through. Probably a dumb suggestion, but it's just like, I'm just trying to make
like a
up
botched
40 feet
navigation.
distance. Yeah.
It's certainly possible, but I am willing to hand off the body instead of doing the more morbid thing and only giving you half of it.
Well, I appreciate your generosity.
Just take he points to a stretcher and just says, just take the body to wherever you plan on investigating and leave.
Mm-hmm. All right, so where are we in terms of this embassy, or sorry, this structure?
You're in the main hall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if someone...
Are there others? Yeah, sorry.
Well...
A tongue twister. Are there others around at the moment?
I have sent the staff upstairs.
Ah, wonderful. I walk over to the stretcher. I open the stretcher. Or the body bag, whatever the covering is.
Mm-hmm.
Say, sir, do you mind showing me the pistol that you used here?
He nods and hands you the pistol. It's a standard matchlock pistol.
Is it? I assume it is loaded at the moment, right?
Yes. I always have my weapon reloaded.
All right. I'd like to look at the. Well, it's not a. Is this one a bullet, or is it like a powder? Is it like primer and then like a musket ball?
Primer and musket.
Okay.
The more advanced type of doing standard bullet. That's a design you see in Drakkar, not in Flint or Danor.
Uh-huh. Is there a way for me to compare the wound to the Is there a way for me to quickly search over the body and compare wounds?
I mean,
with
you
the
are
bullet?
a gunman, you would know, right?
That would, if you're doing that, that's going to count as a heal check.
Heal check. Okay, I believe that I am. No, it's a displacer beast, and the displacer beast is likely not quite as good.
No, wait, no.
Plus, I don't think it would be appropriate to have a displacer beast walking about in a foreign consulate.
Mm-hmm. Especially not with tentacles. That would be.
Well, it's also
highly inappropriate.
Also, normally we would also check the room, but since this is This isn't officially Resorian soil technically. We're gonna have to get approval.
Ha! There.
Wow.
Okay.
Check the. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I had to switch windows in order to actually look at it.
That's a roll.
Hi, 'tis a damn good roll.
Literally rolled a 19 because I have a plus 11. No, 17. Smart. Oh, respect. I can do math.
You know how to count.
Uh huh.
The risk I took was calculated, but I am bad at math. All right, I'm going to whisper something.
Whispering.
Yeah, you know.
January. Okay. Is it? Surely you understand our hesitation and our curiosity at this situation. I mean, a leap from 30 feet away. Or 40 feet away. 40, my goodness. Yes. To impale themselves on a fence, no, not simply strike it, but to impale themselves on a fence.
Yeah,
It's been unusual, isn't it?
I've seen this type before. So if someone doesn't want to give out their information or give out their crew, they pretty much 86 themselves to make sure they're not questioned. And I'm sure the Denorians would question her if she was caught.
Well, of course.
The problem that we're having.
Of course, we
Yeah.
would question her. We caught her stealing from our own building.
Mm-hmm. So what happened as this woman leapt through the window? Did she simply leap? Was there a spell going off? I mean, you're our only witness as far as we could tell, right?
I'm from Danor. I'm not a mage.
Okay.
Again, we're also going to have to check the room, but unfortunately, we will need approval.
All right.
No, but I see the I see the line he's getting.
Yeah.
It's just, if I saw somebody floating about, I'm not an arcane caster by any stretch of the imagination, but if I saw somebody floating, I would assume it was not their natural inclination. I wouldn't assume that they had been holding too much air for too long.
Um,
I just wonder if you saw anything out of the ordinary as she was leaping out of the window.
let's see. Can I send you one other bit of detail?
Yeah, absolutely.
I will accept all information.
Can I use Streetwise to see if he's talking out his ass?
Well, that would be impossible because there's no vocal cord.
He's not a local.
God damn it, Ash. Or no, not Ash, Jay. God, fucking, I can't even get my names right. Sorry,
Just
Ash.
because there's no vocal cords doesn't mean it's not capable of producing sound.
You're right.
I needed that
I
thing.
have no mouth, yet I must scream.
Ah!
You know what? At this point, we're going to have to figure something out for the greater good. Shut it!
Sabriel, if you want, you could roll perception since it seems like you were examining the body with that previous query.
No, I wanted to use Streetwise to see if he was talking out his ass.
Ollie had my mistake. It was Ollie who was more closely examining the body. So Ollie, if you don't mind, I'd like you to roll perception.
Okay.
Mr. Mildra, could I take the help action and perhaps subtly direct our friend to specific areas on this corpse?
All right.
Yeah.
Probably not.
All right. Paneth, roll perception.
All right, we'll roll a perception. Where's the P?
I thought it was between your legs.
Not in the corpse, God.
All right.
Filthy.
So this is gonna be a bit of a lengthy one, but
Tell me.
While we're waiting, let's get the obvious junk out of the way.
all right.
You forgot about the executive credits, though.
For one thing, my name's not Dick Wolf.
Ah, man.
For another thing, you forgot. If we're gonna be
There we go.
if we're at the location right now, we gotta hit this.
God. Okay, wait a minute. So you let me go with the damn gag on Tokarif's grunting like a mad lad, and you're gonna do it here and cockblock me of me doing this?
Yes.
Cause you do it 50 times an episode.
Because they put the thing that they describe the location 50 times an episode.
Point still
Running
fucking
gag, bro.
stands.
Okay, there's the first bit of info that was supposed to be a whisper, but fuck it.
Matt, if you're gonna keep up that kind of bitching, I have another button for you.
Uh-oh.
Is it called the Brat Slap?
Show of hands, who here is trained in Arcana?
Ooh, I think that's me, isn't it?
I
believe that is you.
What's your Arcana?
It's not a matter of the number. It's a matter of whether or not you got the box checked.
I
Me?
I'm
Me?
not.
I checked attributes. It says Arcana modifier 11. Can you beat an 11, Sabrio?
no, but I'm fucking trained in it.
You want to fight in it?
All right, I'm sending you a bit of a message, Lady K.
Yeah. Oh.
Got ahead of yourself there, Jay.
But I'm trained too.
Who's got the higher number?
Hello.
Pretty sure it's me, actually. Yeah, it is me. What the heck?
You found something, Constable?
This is an elixir of invisibility. Or was.
What are you implying? That she was invisible and then placed on the stake and then became uninvisible?
No. I think she was invisible and caught.
How do you catch an invisible? Besides with an net.
It only makes you invisible for a few seconds. But
Well, that's not very useful now, is it?
actually, hold on a minute. Can I 86 what I just said?
Go right ahead.
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Can we? How can we check to see if she recently imbibed something?
And you're given what you brought up.
I hand
Arcana.
Sabriel a knife.
No, I am not going to butcher the body.
I'll do it.
Wait,
23.
All right. Hang on a second, because I need to have this properly formatted.
um,
God damn.
whoops.
And Slug is asking if any of these characters are morticians or medical examiners. No, but there's a significant amount of general training, and yeah, that was intended as a whisper, but for whatever reason, Roll20 is not picking it as one.
You might just want to stick to DMs and Discord.
Yeah. Cause it's like who got the whisper and who didn't.
Well, this is interesting.
Tell me more.
She recently used some flight magic, but there's no sign of the sword. And she also imbibed this potion, which happens to be an elixir of invisibility. The question I pose to you is and I'm speaking to the Denoran representative. Why were healing and why were a healing spell and necromancy used on her head?
He shrugs and says, "Disguise? I couldn't tell."
Wait a
I'm starting to
minute.
think this person was thrown out the.
I don't know. Well, there's a weird wound on her scalp though.
It could be that she took blunt force trauma, was trying to be healed from it, and then was thrown out the window, and that this whole thing's been a setup to make us think that there's not something else going on.
Well, I could tell you what the wound on his scalp was. I wasn't sure when to bring this up. But this was caused by necromantic energy.
Oh.
So she was already dead.
Well, no, it just could have been of the sort of magic that speeds up that process.
Speeds up the deaths?
Yeah,
In
speeds
other
up the
words-
process of dying.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm trying to think of something pithy here. Well, you're not gonna kill your. Well, one doesn't kill themselves unless they're trying to be quiet.
What does that even mean?
You were holding on to that all for the last hour, weren't you?
Yep.
I don't even know what that means. Speak
You don't get
whatever language we speak in this world.
Slug is like,
I got it. I think you're the only one that doesn't get it, Jay.
Yeah.
Hit the Joker
You
button.
guys are all bilingual. I speak one language.
If you have to explain a joke, there is...
Become fluent in memes.
If you have to explain a joke, there is no joke!
and anyway, if
Anyway.
if you're all done, if you so wish, you may speak to some of the consulate staff upstairs.
Probably a good idea because I don't trust anything that's going on.
I say we check the room though.
What would it take to inspect the room? Because I want to do something. I want to make a roll.
Just this room wouldn't be much to do, but the stuff upstairs, you'd have to be very careful about that because the man who's been keeping an eye on you, Consulate Labrie, is going to be watching you throughout the whole thing.
Fine by me. We need who has the best perception rolls? 2 people.
Well,
I
do.
have 6.
I have a
plus 11, I believe.
Hold on a
Ooh,
second.
boy.
Let's see here.
My insight is currently 13, and I'm kind of wondering how I could ever fail anything regarding sight.
Why does it say 8 on my perception? I thought it was higher. Hold on.
I know my perception's a 4.
Hold on.
Mine's a 6. What about you, Kay?
Oh, mine's an 8.
I'm pretty
definitely.
sure I got the lowest of them all.
I have an 8.
Actually, no, mine's
So
an
low,
8.
You can't work.
Huh?
What?
When did that go up?
You
Yes,
leveled up.
Remember, half level bonus all the time.
You got new glasses.
Remember, the monk programmed it so. He beat the
Amen.
shit out of API to do it, but he did program it so.
Amen.
That being said, if you're as far as interviewing the staff, these I'm going to put in the chat the skills that are applicable.
Okay, cool.
We'll take care of that first. As you head up to the next floor and you see them all gathered, looking at you like they've all either done something wrong or done something right. Because they're kind of out of their element here. But yeah, those are the 5 skills that you can use during this discussion.
Ooh. Ooh,
Okay,
insight.
I'm in on this.
Arcana.
All right, Okay.
Damn it, why can't you have streetwise on this?
You have thievery. Aren't you a good thief too?
Well, I have an 11 in thievery, and I'm trained.
Jesus.
All right. Roll thievery.
All right.
That was a pretty dangerous roll to start with. We probably should have started with insight or diplomacy.
While he's doing that, I'm actually going to roll perception to see if I can get anything from the body language.
And I'm gonna roll insight because I'm a genius that sees into the future.
Fuck you!
32.
Jesus H. Christ. Oh no.
Oh yeah! I am seeing through 17 different dimensions right now to pull this number.
You
No,
see
that would be a
into
natural 20.
Well,
you only-
I said however many dimensions. A nat 20 would be plus one more.
Well, I'm looking at here. Oh boy. Oh god.
Was that an LA Noir noise?
Yes, I was, and I was towards you.
Thank you.
That was meant as a dig.
I feel like a detective and his wife.
Well, folks, take a look at these chocolates.
The chocolates he's referring to are known as brigaderios. Effectively a chocolate ball surrounded by either granulated chocolate or sometimes sugar.
Yeah.
Mildred, was the thing you sent just to me?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just showed everybody. It's like, who the hell puts pepper on their chocolate? More, and especially fake pepper. Ugh.
It's actually quite tasty, asshole.
No.
Don't
Fake
eat
pepper?
it.
No.
Don't eat it.
I was joking.
Lady Kate, Sabriel. The consulate staff seem a little uppity today.
I have not received anything to state otherwise.
Shush.
Probably because I had a really shitty roll.
You can roll again if you want.
There are mulligans.
I'm going to use our
Dude.
So I'm looking at.
All right, 23.
I wonder what Julian Labreque's problem. He followed. Think we should sit him down? Because I feel like he might have something more to say if we can get him to relax.
How are the drug laws? How are the drug laws in Flint?
Aaron, technically speaking, you're not in Flint.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
but
Is
still.
fake pepper
ages ago.
legal in general?
You guys have never been in Danor, so you wouldn't know. And I think the only person who would come close is Sabriel. And the times that you were in Danor, you were just a little girl.
What about me and my alternate actual personality?
You can't remember, or you
Yeah,
remember
you're right.
bits and pieces,
Hmm.
as you are a broken puzzle. You're a broken jigsaw puzzle with your memories.
Yes. Literally, there are like 900 of me scattered around the entire world, and no one Those were all of
Well,
me.
I would probably know, but then people would start asking questions.
It's okay. I know you have a drug problem.
I never touched this garbage.
These are dangerous. Have these been given to the people?
You want to share what you learned with the class, Fabrio? I mean, I've been trying to
As it was mentioned, the chocolates are laced with fake pepper.
Why would anyone keep
Tell me more about what that do.
Why would anyone
It's
keep...
an hallucinogenic.
Why the hell would anyone keep hallucinogens in a consulate?
They could have been poisoned because that's basically what laced implies, right? Usually.
These were left
Unless
out
you're-
for someone.
Yep.
We got
taking
a
it-
person.
This is considered evidence as far as I'm concerned.
Are we going to be able to leave with it is the question.
And again, I don't think we can. This isn't... Consulates isn't a jurisdiction.
Doesn't Dragon Boy have like level 11 thievery?
Actually, I think I got him beat.
Okay, then do it.
You know what? Max. Go bug the Denorian.
Unless go bug the Denorian.
I need a distraction.
Well, then I'll go be a distraction.
In the meantime, I'm going to roll thievery.
I'm gonna go over to the Denorian and be like.
Actually, no.
Hey,
Never
you
mind.
committed a massive crime before.
What do you have in mind?
I need someone to palm one of these chocolates without getting caught.
Well,
And I thought I had a good thievery skill. I don't.
Well, I'm trained in thievery with an 11. I looked at it, but I can try snagging it.
Just palm it.
All right, I'll just wait for.
Should I wait? Should I still
just
do
wait.
the distraction or?
Yes.
Yes, Max.
Okay.
Here, go have a talk with this guy.
Okay, I'll go bug him. Hey, you ever committed a massive crime before?
All right. As
Like
that
like a
conversation
violent
goes,
murder?
as that conversation goes on, Aaron, roll thievery.
All right, let's see here.
Palm as many as you can.
Okay.
As a man who can hold many looks, yours looks just like the kind I would take if I wanted to commit a violent.
All right, Sabriel, don't eat any of it.
Of course not.
After the fact.
Because if you eat any of it and you start touching my letter thinking it's all supple, I will smack you.
But you are supple.
I said don't eat any of them.
I didn't. I'm teasing. All right, so we've successfully
Am I going to stop upsetting the person?
yes. So it's safe to assume that we have the chocolates in hand.
And I survived
Yes.
without getting slapped.
Now, the only other thing remaining is whether or not any of you are going to try and do investigations upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Well, if this guy's keeping an eye on the situation with the room, I'm gonna roll stealth and see if I can get inside.
Also, guys, we got a person here, Julian Lebrick, who isn't following any orders that he doesn't agree with. That's
Super suspicious.
yeah.
Ugh.
Sabriel, you wanna help me sit him down and talk to him?
That's your skill spread right now. If you're heading up as you head upstairs.
All right. I'm going to stay down here with Max with this Julian Lebrick.
Yeah, I already rolled stealth. I wonder if that'll hide me so I can go upstairs without drawing any attention.
No.
Damn. What are these security? Was there security cameras here? Jesus.
Spying mirrors. Look.
There's a lot of people and they all have eyes.
One, a lot of people, and two, you're the only person in this room with red skin.
Huh.
Anyway.
Fair.
I guess that's saying something considering it's Dunor.
Not
I'm,
every Denoran is a tiefling.
Anyways, I'm double checking our Julian here. I rolled a 27 for.
All right. You're checking on
The soldier.
Julian. He's cordial, but he's still watching you like a hawk.
I don't like being watched like a hawk. I prefer being watched like a chicken.
You're on foreign soil. Get used to it.
Okay. If he's cordial, Max, what was this about following orders that he doesn't agree with?
Yeah, he's being a little disorderly and he's not following any orders unless he agrees with.
All right, I'm gonna roll Arcana and check this guy. Fuck.
Yeah, you don't detect anything magical. Who's heading upstairs?
I am.
Probably the wrong people, because all of the abilities that you said are possible roles for going upstairs are mine.
I'll just get upstairs.
You want to take care of this then?
I'm gonna keep trying.
All right.
Well, actually,
two out of the
I'm
4.
wrong. Only one of them that's insight. The other ones are like 6 or lower, so I'm actually good.
Well, I'm 2 out of the 4.
All right, which
you're better
which
suited
one are you
to
going to go with, Ollie?
All right, going with thievery again.
Very nice.
Meanwhile, me and Sabriel are going to go over and talk to our new friend.
The only thing I should know, the only thing Labrie tells you is that the consular's office is strictly off limits.
Is that so?
Is that where she jumped off from?
Hey, Sabriel, what's your stealth like?
10.
I'm considering being a distraction again and probably insult this guy while you run into the...
And start an international incident?
How about not?
I know I keep repeating that point, but it bears noting. You're not on Risuri. You're representing.
I know.
You're representing Risur.
I just had a lot of faith in Sabriel.
All right. You're in another country, technically. Act like a goddamn...
I'm not chancing it.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not a bad idea. It's just highly risky, and the consequence of failure is
extremely high.
I at least appreciate that you have a good idea.
Hey, it may be a better idea down the line, but right now, Let's
Is a
get
no-go.
whatever we need to continue our investigation and get the fuck out without pissing anybody off.
Okay, fair.
God damn it! Give me good fucking rolls, asshole.
You
Wait a
always have
minute.
your mulligan.
Shit. This thing's not. This lock is pretty. It takes a pro can pick this. Amateur cannot pick this. Whoever. The stiff's probably good.
You do realize where we are, right? I imagine the lock should really.
No, I'm just looking at the lock.
He's referring to upstairs.
The door was locked at the time, so she picked it, and not any common thief could have picked this.
So she's a rare thief. Those are rare.
No, I think he's getting at that the person in question is still in the building.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying words.
Well,
Okay. I think that Sabriel should go streetwise and see if she picks out anyone who might have nimble.
So the question here is, though,
as it were.
But the question here is, this even for a good lock picker, this would take quite a while.
Then we need an expert lock picker, which is why I
All right.
No.
streetwise.
No, what I'm
Monk.
saying is,
They have keys. Is that what you're saying?
no.
Okay.
There could have been an inside man. It's someone that could have bought her a lot of time.
I think.
All right, Monk.
Yeah.
Can I roll streetwise to see if there's anyone in the group that stands out?
Go ahead.
26.
The
You okay there, Mom?
I'm still here.
Okay.
The
I'm
only
just yeah, the only person is one of the staffers who you find out is a man named Braden. He
boyfriend.
Yep. Roll streetwise again.
19.
To be wise twice. Just pause him.
Jay, you went upstairs, right?
I did no such thing. I was working with Sabriel to maybe possibly talk to a friend over there, but I didn't. But we didn't get anything from him. I could go upstairs.
Just checking who went upstairs and who didn't.
Ollie went.
I did.
Is upstairs where the staff members were, or is the
No, we're still with the
Upstairs was
staff
where
members.
the-
Upstairs is where the crime scene was.
okay.
Sad part is I wish we could enter it, but unfortunately, treaties.
I'd like to go upstairs after a brief check. I'd like to, if possible, I'd like to look to see if I can See if I see any spellcasting implements hidden on the, or perhaps not hidden on the staff members here.
I'm just saying, if you need that door open, I could cast a mean lightning spell.
Yeah, just
Again, it took the stiff pick. This one was good, but even that took a while. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. If we get caught, we're screwed.
You don't have to pick a lock if there's no door.
Yeah, but imagine the noise.
Hang on.
Then I'll use fire. Then you only have to worry about the smell.
must have been the wind.
If only Dennis was a fire dragonborn.
Well, I'm the ice dragonborn, so that's your
No,
problem.
no. I think you missed the joke.
Well, but I don't want to get a suspension. Do you?
Nope.
Yep. Because if you start an international incident, then you're going to be suspended 90 days without pay.
Oof.
I mean, I wasn't actually going to open the door after, like, you guys said international incidents. Like, I kind of want to keep my job.
I'm really kind of stuck on this guy.
We should be able to investigate the crime scene because that'll tell us more about this situation. We need permission to go up there.
He's
If
giving
not
you
that,
permission to
then
go
fine.
anywhere up there but the consulate's office. But if you want, you can try perception or insight upstairs.
I'll do it. I'll roll inside upstairs.
Well,
Oh, let's see. Where's my insight? Bop. Maxwell Blaylock is insightful. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you, game.
I still want to search the office, but we need a green light from someone up high.
I have an idea.
Are you thinking
like
what
ideas.
I'm thinking?
Hold on, I'm gonna DM you.
DM who?
That was Ash, right? Or Aaron?
That was me.
Who are you?
Ollie.
All right.
I have a lot of charisma.
Yes! Guys,
Tell me.
I think we have an.
You have a what?
An N.
We have our means of getting the permissions we need.
Okay, but real quick, I have something to report about upstairs.
Okay.
So in the gallery where Nalasa jumped out the window, a rug was missing, and underneath it are bloodstains. And these bloodstains are not from a gunshot wound; they're from a slashing. So, yeah, just as I thought, there is way more going on here.
It's
Shoot.
definitely a cover up.
Luckily I think I know who we can talk to about this.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
We're not gonna get
someone
it.
Be looking for a knife.
No, we're not going to get answers here. but I think I know who to
Probably
talk
not.
to.
Who do we talk to? I'll talk to anyone. You know.
Actually, we need to get out of this out of this embassy if we're going to do any further talk.
Exactly. Well,
Okay, who's on carrying duty for the body?
Status.
That'd be me.
get
What are you
the
talking
stiff,
about?
please.
It's a two-person job. No over the shoulder shit. Remember,
Okay,
stretcher.
fine. I will do the duty of helping the lizard man carry it.
He's gonna kill you later. You know that, right?
That's fine. There's
Oh,
at least
don't worry.
200 of me
Don't-
somewhere
I'm
else.
not gonna kill him. Just freeze him.
Okay, that's fine because there are 2 other versions of me somewhere out here in this world that'll probably take my place.
I'll freeze them all. I'm that hardcore.
At
Yay.
least
Call the
one of them
receipt,
has to be
pal.
a frost spirit.
It's called a receipt, pal.
Hmm. Well, sorry to take much of your time. We'll just get this stiff and get out of here.
Well, I know I have 2 places we can go for answers as well, for that matter.
Tell me.
Thinking Man's Tavern and Sessions Alchemicals.
Are either of those places where someone can get that hallucinogen?
Maybe not the hallucinogen, but the vial of invisibility potion.
You right. You right.
Well, meanwhile, I have to talk. I gotta go talk to the assistant chief inspector because we need to talk. We need to talk to someone up high for this to get access to that room.
In other words, we need a royal audience.
Exactly.
I wish I was smart. Tell me what you.
Did you forget what happened in the last episode?
No,
Did you-
I remember everything.
Do you remember what happened 2 months ago?
No, I remember.
And I believe didn't a marriage just happen between then and now?
That marriage hasn't happened yet. It's in the process of happening.
But we still have an inn.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the problem. Do you really think that a security chief is going to believe that you've met a member of the ruling family of Danor?
No, but we can get a letter. And we can get an audience.
Go
I
ahead.
need
Good
a
luck.
carrier pigeon, a piece of paper, and a pen.
Yeah, just need a sealed writ of
And a
passage.
waffle.
Well, that's why I want to talk to the chief inspector, see if he can make that happen.
Because he would know that we have indeed met the part of the rule.
Yeah. If
Well,
we're able to convince a member of the ruling family to write us a letter of do what we want, just walk right.
but first off, I think we should go back to HQ and talk to the assistant chief inspector first before we go look up toxicology reports.
All right, you do.
Actually-
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask where Sessions Alchemicals is.
That is Session Alchemical. That's gonna be in Bosum Strand.
And where are we exactly?
You're in the Central District.
Gotcha.
That's a long way to travel.
Yeah, best to go back to HQ you to get that, see if you can get that writ.
Or we can divide the labor.
I'm already dividing labor with Lizard Boy.
Question: would anyone be adverse to me heading up to Bosun Strands?
By all means, do what you want. I can't stop you. I'm carrying the corpse.
You did manage to take the body back to the office, and on your desk, as soon as is going to be a document, because it seems that when the assistant found out about the name of the victim on the fence, you see a person of interest information request on your, and I believe that's going to be on Paneth's desk. And I will post that in Exploratories for you guys.
Lisa Hume. Let's see here. Well, constables, we found. Looks like we got the lots of shit sheet right here. I think we can add that to the list of places to look.
I suppose so.
So who are Ford Sorghum and Travis Statu? That's what I want to know. Not only that, that name, Howard Session. Wasn't that the same name on the,
It was the same on the writ.
On the bail writ that the victim had.
This is just more.
Wait a minute, 47 Magazine Street. Wait a minute. So she was living with Sechem.
No. She was sponsored by Session.
Yeah, but it says present place of residence. Same address.
Can we get the file on the victim?
This is the file on the victim.
Oh, I thought that was the person of interest.
She is the person of interest.
All right. Hold on. I thought the Vic had a different name.
No.
Oh, no, it's the same name.
Elasa Hume is the name of the victim.
Yeah, but the funny
That's what I thought.
But again, the funny thing is, why would she live in the same address as the one who bailed her out? Was there a romantic relationship? Was there some sort of?
It definitely works out that we need to go to Sessions because there's an empty vial of invisibility elixir here in my pocket. He's an alchemist.
Well, first things first, I have to go talk to the chief inspector.
Before you do that, Sabriel, roll Arcana.
Ouch. 17.
All right.
I sound like it's the feeling I was followed.
Wait a minute. Did you just say we've been followed?
No, oh, that's just gut feeling me speaking out of character. While Ollie's been with the chief, I've been looking over the remnants of this.
What you find?
We need to go to Pine Island.
Pine Island.
More specifically, I need to pull up. Files on what alchemists may be in Pine Island.
Make Pine Island.
You know, it feels weird saying that because interesting little bit of info. That's where Shades and I got married. There's actually a place here in Florida called Pine Island.
Nice.
Anyway.
This probably is obvious, but I did not plan it that way.
I figured as much.
All right.
Any luck, Ollie?
Well, we're about to get to bed. So I knock on the chief and the assistant on Del's door. Wait, sir.
Come in.
Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I do need a favor. Are you still in contact with Liagier?
Barely, but you've got 20 seconds.
I need a writ of approval to get into that consular's office.
I'll try and have a report. I'll try and have it set up, but I want to make perfectly clear that this is the longest of long shots. I expect a degree of patience on this matter that I know might be a little uncharacteristic of you, counselor.
Fair enough.
Doesn't he have a sniper rifle? He knows all about long.
Fair enough.
It'll take a few. I can't. Any sort of magical transportation between here and Danor is impossible. It's going to take a few days at the very least to get any message back, and I can't even guarantee it. Are you okay with that?
Fair enough. We got.
Actually, that's not going to work because they're going to clean that place dry.
That's true.
Within a day. You need to be upfront with the chief on what's going on.
All right, I'll tell you what, sir. Let me give you my snap report right now. It's not complete right now, but here's the report we know so far. So after investigating the situation up in the consulate, apparently the lock to the door was picked, but the problem is the lock was fine. She needed time. I suspect there was an inside-eyed man in there. I also found this. I put the chocolates on his desk.
Might want to explain it.
Don't eat that, sir, because that's laced with fey pepper.
I know what you're thinking, and it was not a romantic gesture.
A romantic gesture would be giving someone a leaf of Nicodermus. Fey pepper, that's a whole other matter.
I was just referring to the chocolates.
No, that's what he's saying.
Well, if you include that kind of information, hopefully I think what they would take a little bit of notice, especially if there is some, let's say, shady business going on inside a consulate that resulted in a death.
Speaking of shady business, now that we're all here together with this commissioner, I should let you folks know this woman was healed post-mortem.
That's true.
Also,
the scalp wound, as I mentioned earlier, it was caused by necromantic energy. The bolts are no longer within her body. So this woman was treated after her death.
Also, the story that we were told upon arrival did not match crime, as there are blood stains splattered all over the hallway that are more slashing to act shot. What was told to.
That are more what? Sorry,
the bloodstains came from a wound from a knife, not a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense, because the healthy flesh was along, as it was worded, along the path of 4 parallel slashes.
Like claw marks?
Potentially, or just a dagger. But stabbing 4 times as opposed to 1 swipe.
Daggers don't make two parallel slashes perfectly.
Unless you're like really.
Yeah.
Wait, how many, question.
Mm-hmm.
The fencing, how many times was she impaled on the fence, or was it just once?
I imagine you're not going to get impaled more than once.
That's a good point.
How tight was the fencing?
He was about to say something, and then all of a sudden you hear a very haughty voice saying, "That is a very curious question." You turn around, you see this woman. I was passing by, and I could not help but overhear the possibility of sending a letter to a Denoran minister.
Yeah.
She walks through the room as if presenting a commanding presence, and even Silver Delft is looking a bit nervous when she walks in. You all would not consider abusing your positions as government officials to engage in conversation with a foreign state, would you? It would be a very unfortunate case were I to find out that constables under my own very nose were violating the rules that established the Royal Homeland Constabulary to begin with. I trust you will always keep in mind that, as constables, you represent both the city of Flint and the nation of Resur, first, foremost, and last.
Ma'am,
are we clear on this?
Lady
Yes,
Inspectress, may I speak?
You may. You have 5 seconds.
There's been a cover-up in the Denorian embassy.
That is a very bold claim to make.
That is what we have found, Lady Inspectress.
Oh, I am certain that is what you have found. What I am saying is that you must maintain the stability of this nation.
Ma'am, I understand that. We have no intention of breaking chain of command with this one. That's why I went to Assistant Chief Inspector Delt to see if we can send a message to them up the chain of command.
I don't recall giving you leave to speak, Demon. It would be.
Yes, hi, can I speak? The changeling over here?
Assistant Chief Inspector Stolver Delft. I believe it would behoove you to teach your subordinates proper discipline. That is all. And she walks away.
You never told me no.
Jay, shut up.
As soon as you say you never told me no, you immediately feel a hard thwack on the back of your head as you get smacked with the cane again.
It's like a Gibbs slap, but with an implement.
Hell yes.
Grabs her by the collar. Do you realize who that was?
I
managed to piss her off. All of our heads would be on a pike.
Yes, I asked for permission to speak, and she never said yes or no. Just saying.
You see, buddy, this is why we learned to shut the fuck up and you don't.
Well,
Sorry, all my self-control was put into another me.
If you're not careful, I'm going to freeze your self-control.
Sir, she assumed we're not... Sir, if we wanted to break the chain of command, I would have not bring this up to you.
Don't pay too much mind to the matter. She likes to give off the appearance of being in charge. After all, there's only one fancy-looking desk in her particular office. Hers.
Wait, what is her rank? Let's see. I should not have closed that window.
Lady Inspectress.
Lady Inspectress. And our gentleman boss here is. Where does she sit in relation to our chain of command?
She's a step above Delft.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
If a writ was made, she would have known about it anyway. Why the heck was she being?
She was listening in.
I mean, it is kind of her duty to make sure we're doing our.
I have an idea. I have a very bold idea.
Go right ahead.
Very italic idea.
By bold, you mean suicidal?
Career-wise, possibly.
I'm listening.
I'd like to present Lady Saxby with our evidence that we found, as well as give her the snap report of our findings from the.
That's not a good idea. She probably knows already, and why the heck she's talking to us?
Because she might be our in.
Why would she be our in if she's trying to play hardball with us then?
Look at her profile. This is me talking out of character. Look at the profile sheet that Mildred just sent over.
Ooh, I could see it here. Okay, sweet.
She might be able to give us the permission and authority we need. And I'm going to need Dennis for this mostly.
Oh God! Don't tell me you're gonna freeze.
No,
the
no,
inspectors.
no.
She's not.
She's married to a veteran.
Exploit her feelings.
Okay.
As
your
much
funeral.
as amusing as this is, I'm not allowing you to have any interaction with the Lady Inspectress.
Damn.
Is what Delta says. Mostly because anything you do reflects on me. Even if you think it might be in best interest, not everyone else might see it that way.
I mean, that's fair.
Very well, Chief.
Yeah.
What would you
All right,
recommend?
then what the hell do we do?
By what avenues are we permitted to continue this investigation?
Can I talk?
Because we're narrowing down on simply declaring it an unsolved murder. If we're not able to progress in any of these avenues,
I've on that as far as that goes, well, I want one of you to roll diplomacy and one of you to roll streetwise.
Calling Street.
Who's got a good diplomacy score?
I only got 3.
it is likely
I have
not.
5.
Let's see
I
here.
Damn it, I rolled a 17. Can I pull my mulligan, please?
Yes.
21.
I have a
Only 4
5
points higher, but still.
I have a 5 in diplomacy.
have a 5 as well.
I have
Anyone
an
got anything
8.
higher?
But Sabriel already made the streetwise check. Jay, you might as well go for it.
Yeah. I just gotta refresh my screen right quick. For whatever reason, I lost the server. Despite having it.
It's on your character sheet, stats, right hand side.
Wait. The chief inspector is the one that said that he's not going to allow us, correct? Not the GM.
Assistant is it, but technically.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it just literally booted me out of roll. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
All right. Ollie, I love you, but you need to keep your mouth shut during this unless I can get her to talk to you.
Hmm.
She referred to you as a demon. Let's not play off the prejudice.
Yeah, I'll instead I will do the thing. Wait, how does she feel about mimic?
All right, hang on a second.
Or is everyone racist?
All right. This is after asking about and looking at a few reports that were tipped off from a few hunches. Here's what you had found out, Sabriel. And God damn it.
Oh,
Oops.
shit, Maddie, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
Oh, sorry.
Not you, but Ash and Jay cut me off. I was trying to say something.
My bad.
What?
Maddie?
No, that was earlier. Anyways, it was earlier. It doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I was gonna say, well, what can we do then? Because I was gonna let Dennis speak up and say, hey, what are we doing? But not, that doesn't matter.
Well, the only long shot is to go to talk to who's this guy?
Ignore what was posted in the roll 20 chat for the time being. That was
for me.
Half
Well-
well, it got split in two because roll 20 decided to be stupid.
Well, the only lead we have is Heward Session.
Actually, that's not the only lead we have. Daniska Warii. Or Daniska Warii.
Who?
She's an apothecary. Apothecary. I can't talk tonight.
So you think she can get a toxicology report on the on the potion?
I'm positive that she's the one that made the potion.
Really?
That, and we might have a lead on our Fae Pepper. But first, I'm thinking about going over the lead inspector, the assistant chief inspector's head.
Your funeral.
Okay, who's rolling diplomacy?
Well,
I can't roll it. I already rolled streetwise.
Well,
I'll do it, but it's going to take me a second because I'm having to do this on my phone now because for whatever reason it booted me off of Roll20 on my computer and it won't load back up. So.
Yeesh.
Yeah. I don't
can we do a GM mulligan on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I mean, as in I roll it.
If that's the call you guys want to make, go right ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Who else has a?
Here's the thing, because somebody could just roll for him.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Caveat. That's what I was.
I can do that. This is gonna be a case of GM fiat.
Oh, I thought it was caveat.
Okay, I got it. I can do it.
He's got higher than a 5.
I do.
No one else does besides Sabriel.
Sabriel, this one's on you.
Shit. 25.
Nice.
Well, after checking a bunch of the witness reports, here is what you ended up getting, and I'm going to
Discord.
Yeah, I'm doing this through Discord so I don't run the risk again. As you found several things in the reports. Dramatic tension.
Gotcha. Well, this is very interesting. Oddsnorians are definitely lying about the gunshots.
And we kind of knew that, didn't we?
They happened after she hit the thing.
Shoot, because he said that he shot her, but we didn't ask about the relation.
They happened after.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I looked at the wounds. They were post-mortem.
Ha! Good. Got it working on my computer again.
Not only that, someone was in the window, but he had some sort of spell over him. Something to hide his identity.
Well,
An invisibility potion, you mind?
No, because he looked like he was completely black except for something shiny, which perhaps was a gun. Then, a moment later, he vanished. I think our elixir of invisibility might have been planted on the corpse post-mortem.
oh, looks like our victim wasn't a victim at all. She was a patsy, or wasn't a perpetrator at all.
But we need to figure out who. But as she lay dying on the fence, remember what was mentioned? Somebody stole something from her. But
It's true.
she wasn't robbed. She handed them to him and whispered something. And then he yanked a yellow pen necklace off her neck. So we need to figure out who this man was. So we definitely need to look at our apothecary over in the Strand.
Well, given my history in Arcana, I can help with the investigation of the alchemist shop.
Hmm.
So if we want to split forces and have the people who know a thing or two about magic investigate that, and have everyone else working on something else, double our productivity. Unless we all would just want to go in there, not literal guns blazing, because I don't want to get hit with sticky.
No, I want to talk to the lady inspectress again.
What are you going to say to her?
I'm going to present the evidence we have.
Like I said, you're gonna get. If you want to get, if you think that's the only way to get the writ, I say do it. Otherwise, but if it costs you a job, it's not gonna.
I don't think she'd fire us right off the bat unless we did something awful.
Anyway, that being said, is anybody going to be with me on this?
Sure.
Well,
Run
she
with
hates
me one more time your plan. You're going to
she
give her
hates
the evidence
demons.
and then
I'd rather. She obviously hates tieflings. I'm not going to be a part of it.
That's fair.
How does she feel about Changeling?
Let's not chance it. However, Dennis is the perfect partner for that. That, and by this point, all of us are well schooled on the information that we know.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Dennis. You ready for a chat with our boss?
Yep.
All right, then.
All right.
Question, Monk. Monk.
Go ahead.
Question. Would the chief assistant inspector try to block us if we tried to speak to the lady inspector?
No.
All right. What time is it currently in the day?
I'd say it's. I can't give a specific hour time, but I'd say it's late afternoon.
Probably around 3:30 ish. Probably right.
Mhm.
All right. Would can we ask the lady inspectress, or can we send a runner asking the lady inspectress for an audience?
Well, her office is upstairs. You can just knock on the door.
Oh, fair enough. All right, Dennis, let's head upstairs then.
All right.
I want to
Get to the door.
Try not to get hit with a stick.
Come in.
Good afternoon, lady inspectress.
Lady inspectress.
The intrepid constables.
Might
So-
we have? Sorry, go ahead.
So what do I owe this?
I was wondering if you would allow us to deliver a snap report on our findings at the Denoran Embassy.
Curious that you would ask me this, but go ahead. You have 20 seconds.
Sabriel proceeds to fill in the lady inspectress on everything they've learned, including the recent information concerning the gunshots being post-mortem and not pre-mortem like we were initially told.
I will give you your due credit for being thorough. It will certainly raise the stock of this office of the RHC. That being said, you would not be presenting me personally with this information if you did not have a intent. So out with it.
Maddie, check the chat.
Well, we need permission. We think there's something is very suspicious going on. And until we don't see what's going on, we can't do our job properly.
We need lady inspectress, pardon my interruption, but we need a carte blanche to search that embassy top to bottom.
I will forward my seal to the consulate that nothing in that since the body was found on Rasuri soil, we have leave to investigate. I will because of your intrepid investigation, I will agree to co-sign Stolver Delft's request. No, however, there is one small condition.
Yes, ma'am.
They cannot leave that place open. They cannot leave that place open forever. After all, it is a representative's office.
Of course.
We'll be quick.
The most I can grant you is 1 day, and that day does not begin today.
Can we stop them from cleaning everything in the meantime, and as in clear out the location to keep people from clearing it?
I will make clear that the consulate is temporarily closed pending this investigation. Whether or not the agree to my terms is going to be entirely dependent on how willing they are to not start another Urasol war.
Lady Spectress, if I may,
as far as I know, Dennis and I were the only two
oh
here.
shoot, my bad.
Ash, you're not in the room.
Mhm.
No, I just heard you. My bad.
Put it in the chat, though. We might be able to use it.
Definitely.
Lady Inspector, you may not.
Leah Gier is currently overseas in Danor.
I am aware
That
of
is
the
per the. This is me out of character, by the by. My apologies.
Mhm.
The assistant director, or the assistant period, Stove, already made that clear earlier. What were you gonna say, Ash?
Oh, I'm typing in the chat.
Ooh, whiskey yummy. Ooh, that is a good idea, Ash. Nice. Lady Inspectress, if I may.
Go on.
We could declare that the corpse had some sort of plague risk. And the building needs to be thoroughly cleaned.
Well, if you're telling me the truth that there were necromantic traces on the body,
Which there are.
That can be an easy spin.
There are definitely necromantic traces on the body.
I will forward that in the report.
So everyone also needs to receive some sort of a screening, if you will, from for health reasons.
That shouldn't be too difficult. After all, the last thing we want is have a densely populated city like Flint catching a bit of plague. That could spread.
Exactly.
That could spread very quickly and cause a mass panic.
And into the Denoran embassy, no less.
Thereby, as far as the people in this room are concerned, there is merely risk. Any potential discussion about it further could cause the wrong words to get spilled onto a grapevine, and we don't want. I don't think you want that, do you?
No, ma'am.
Spilled grapes.
That is very good.
Now, out of character, who has the highest healing score?
Ooh.
I think that's me. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm almost certain that's me.
What's your healing?
11.
You're definitely higher than me.
You're the healer.
Yeah, you're the healer, man.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, who treats people, I know.
Here's the thing. If we need to start screening these people, I want Paneth on there, screening the people of interest, i.e., hold on. Lebrex, Consular, Dunadria, and possibly a third nondescript man. Specific. So any male, all three of those need to be screened very thoroughly for possible plague. And I'm using air.
If I'm as invigorating as this is, my own there are more trained individuals that will handle the plague screening. I believe I have a more appropriate assignment for you, Constable.
I'm listening.
I was made privy of the murder victim's past. In particular, the fact that she was picked up on a raid on a den of criminals a week ago.
I did see that in the report. Yes.
Her bail was paid by Heward Sachem.
We were already going to investigate him.
Both of them have been seen at the Thinking Man's Tavern. I want your team to follow that lead.
Yes, ma'am. No, but if I may, Mildred, this is out of character.
Go
The
ahead.
reason I wanted Paneth on that screening panel was to get a feel for why our one constable, what's his face,
Labrie.
Yeah, Labrie was being so iffy.
Which
i.e. magical or health means.
that'll be gotten to in a moment, but
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna split the party.
Gotcha.
But that is the lead that you'll be going.
Thinking Man's Tavern. Got it.
Yep, the Thinking Man's Tavern, which means you guys are heading off to Bosom Strand, but we are going to handle that next week.
Oh, that's gonna take too long. Skip ahead.
Hold on.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a motherfucking JoJo reference.
Asshole. Asshole.
But you got something against Yes?
No.
She's tired of I've been shoving JoJo down her throat, playing all the music all the time. She's getting sick of it.
Aye.
Well, that I didn't know.
Plus, I'm a little hyped up on whiskey at the moment, so ha ha ha.
Duly noted. But that is going to do it for this particular episode of Zeitgeist. As far as what's coming next down the pipe, well, on the game streaming thing, tentative. I'm going to be doing a bit of a crunch since I am hoping to have the audio for January's reviews finished recording and edited by the end of this week. So that's four videos to handle. In addition, next Friday, one week from Friday, I will be having another Monastery Live special, interviewing one of the good brothers of this holy of temples, Ash of Creativity, aka James. We'll sit down in the monastery so we can rant about how Wizards of the Coast really dropped the ball to the point where even their own defenders aren't taking it regarding the psionic update, along other things. Woo! And of course, on Sunday, at 8 p.m. at 8 p.m. Central, Monastery Live. And for those wondering, no, I have no plans on doing a watch and react to the Game Awards because I have taste.
Yeah. By the way, I might be making a video on that, and that's probably going to be on BitChute first this time because fuck YouTube.
I'm going to be watching the Game Awards just to make myself feel sick.
The only thing that would be interesting to me for the Video Game Awards is seeing the internet's current waifu Ikumi Nakamura.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she'll be there.
Well, she's co-hosting.
Oh,
Somebody mentioned best girl.
Yes. Twice.
Definitely a marketing decision.
Well, it's a smart one.
Yeah, yes it is.
Oh yeah.
But with that said, that's what we got coming down the pipe, and of course, well, there will be some more fun. There'll be some more fun stuff along the way as well. But until then, on behalf of the good brothers and sisters of this most holy of temples, my name is Mildra. I am your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty, everybody.